There was a terrifying jungle, and right in the middle of that jungle, an old sage named Ramdas had been living alone for many years in a small hut. That hut was his only home. That night there was a terrible storm and heavy rain. Lightning flashed across the sky, as if someone was screaming ahead. Darkness covered the jungle all around, and a deep silence prevailed. Sage Ramdas shut the door and sat inside the hut so that rain and wind could not enter from outside. Suddenly someone knocked on the door. Thok thok. Ramdas was startled. Who could it be at such a late hour in this dreadful jungle? Taking a deep breath, he gathered courage and opened the door. In front of the door stood a young woman. Her clothes were completely soaked in the rain. Every curve and line of her body was clearly visible. She was beautiful and afraid. The sage asked, "Oh girl, who are you? What are you doing in this jungle at such a late hour?" The girl, trembling, said, "Father, I am from nearby Kamrajnagar. My name is Anita. I am very scared. Some men are after me. They want to kill me. They even want to snatch my honor. I ran here to save my life. Please save me." Sage Ramdas brought her inside. He laid out a mat for her. He lit a lamp. Now, inside the hut, there was only the soft glow of the lamp and the storm raging outside. In Anita's eyes was deep fear. She was shivering. She began to speak. "I am the daughter of King Vikram Singh. I have no parents. Since their death, people have been casting lustful eyes on my beauty. They want to touch me. They want to defile my body." Sage Ramdas listened silently. He felt the girl was hiding something. Was her coming here just a coincidence? Outside, the storm intensified. Inside the hut, there were only two people, an old sage and a young girl. After a while, Anita said, "Father, I am very scared. Will you let me stay here tonight?" Ramdas looked at her. In Anita's eyes, there was both fear and innocence. The old sage said, "Yes, my child. You may stay here. This hut is your home too." Anita lay down on the mat. Sage Ramdas was watching her. He tried to restrain himself, but his heart seemed restless. Some strange feeling, some unknown unease surrounded him. Emotions that had been asleep for years seemed to suddenly awaken tonight. A strange turmoil stirred within Ramdas. The heat of youth, the unknown world of love. Everything seemed to swirl before his eyes. He was thinking to himself, how will this night pass? How will I control myself? He closed his eyes and tried to sleep. But sleep was far from his eyes. Anita's wet beauty kept appearing before his eyes again and again. His heartbeat was rising. In the midst of this restlessness, suddenly a sound of crying was heard. Ramdas was startled. He quickly got up and went to Anita. He saw the girl was crying. In a soft voice, he asked, "Oh, Anita, what happened? Why are you crying?" The girl, trembling, replied, "Something has happened to me that I cannot tell anyone." There was astonishment in Ramdas's eyes. "What could be such a matter that you can't even tell me? What secret are you hiding?" Anita's voice lowered further. She said, I am not a good girl, Father. I am full of thirst. I am lost." Then she said the words that made Ramdas's blood run cold. "I am not an ordinary girl. I am a lost soul." Ramdas's body began to tremble. The ground beneath his feet felt like it slipped away. "Soul? What are you saying? How am I to believe all this?" Anita looked down. Then, slowly, she began to tell her story. "Many years ago, I was Queen Radha. There was a man named Arjun. He wanted to marry me, but I did not love him. To get me, he took the help of black magic. I fell into his trap, and he forcefully married me. But I never became his. On the first night, when he tried to violate my honor, I resisted. He went mad with rage. One night he killed me. As I was dying, he said, Your soul will only be freed when you sleep with a pure man or sage. And from that day I have been wandering in this jungle seeking freedom." Hearing this, Ramdas's heartbeat grew louder. Anita held his hand. "I am not lying, Father. If you don't stay with me tonight, I will roam this jungle forever." Her soft hands began to touch Ramdas's body. The sage's mind and body began to tremble. Just then, a terrifying sound came from outside, as if someone or something else was present. Ramdas suddenly stood up. He walked out of the hut. Outside was deep darkness. He turned back. Anita was standing silently. Suddenly, a black shadow appeared before him. A dreadful voice roared, "I am the one who sent this girl to you." This is the shadow that used black magic to imprison Anita's soul for all these years. It laughed loudly and said, "Sage Ramdas, now you have fallen into my trap. You can no longer escape." Ramdas took a deep breath and calmly replied, "Your black magic will not work on me. You think I will be blinded by a girl's beauty? This is not my path." Hearing this, Anita's gaze dropped. Her eyes were filled with shame. The shadow roared again, "You are still a man. Desire lives within you too. How will you protect yourself?" Sage Ramdas closed his eyes. Then he looked toward the sky. After a moment of silence, he said, "I believe in light, not in your darkness." Tears welled up in Anita's eyes. She began to think, was I really going to do this? Was I about to trap a good man? Ramdas said in a gentle voice. "Anita, look inside yourself. Is this truly who you want to be? I have never looked at any woman with ill intent. Then why did you try to take away my honor?" The shadow laughed and said, "It's too late now, Sage. There's nothing she can do anymore." But now, a new light had lit up in Anita's eyes. She softly said, "I don't know what is right or wrong. I only want freedom. I want peace." Ramdas replied, "You must fight not for your soul but for your very existence. This battle is now yours." Anita exhaled deeply. Now she was no longer afraid. She looked at the shadow and said, "Yes, this is my battle, and now I will fight it myself." She closed her eyes, raised both hands, and stepped forward toward the shadow. As soon as her hand touched the shadow, a strong wind blew all around. Darkness began to tremble. The shadow screamed in agony. But now Anita's soul had awakened. With all her strength, she erased the shadow. Peace spread in all directions. When Anita opened her eyes, Sage Ramdas was standing before her, calm and solemn. Anita stepped toward him and said, "I was about to make a terrible mistake. You stopped me. You made me human again." Ramdas smiled and said, "Now you are free. Go begin your life anew." Anita bowed her head, tears in her eyes, and left that jungle forever. Now her soul is free. She has stepped from darkness into light.